Good morning, and let's pray. Almighty Father God, thank you so much, O God, today. Holy Spirit, we acknowledge your presence, and we declare that you are first in our life, O God, in our studies, even in our review, in our ministry, in our business. Bless, O God, this program, that it will bring blessing, not only, O God, to the reviewees, not only to the instructors, not only, O God, to the host, but it will give blessing to the community, O God. Lord, we praise you and we glorify you, God. Thank you for the life that you're giving us. Make us, O God, use this review in order for each and every one of us to come to know you more and to serve you more. These things, O Father, we ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Good morning. So, let us continue with this. Punta tayo sa moving loads. Sa moving loads, one powerful tool is what we so-called influence diagram. Influence diagram is basically a graph. In the y-axis or the ordinate is the shear, the moment, the reactions, etc. It may be deflection as a function of x. X will be the distance of the unit moving load. Kaya natin tinawag na unit moving load. Ibig sabihin, ang load niya, ang quantity 1. Ang unit, kahit ano yung unit, no? So, dimensionless siya. And then, ang distance niya from the left is X. And you will understand later bakit 1, bakit unit load ang ginagamit. Okay? Now, so, halimbawa dito, a beam has a simple span of 6 meters. So, the span of this is 6 meters. So, simple beam, so hinge support dito, roller support dito. If a unit load moves along the beam coming from the left end, 1.1, which of the following gives the ordinate of the influence line diagram or is simply influence line at a point 4 meters from the left end of the beam for maximum reaction at the left end? Ito yung left end, let me call it A. Yung right support, let me call it B. This is a roller, right? So, sa totoong buhay, di ba, ito yung R at B. This is R at A. Pinapadrawing sa atin yung influence line or diagram for reaction at A. Ang ibig sabihin niyang IL for RA, that is graph of RA as a function of X. So, kung baga, ipla-plot natin yung equation ng RA as function of X. Pero, mag-skip na tayo sa equation kasi yung equation method matrabaho. So, ang gagamitin natin, diagram method, no? So, I devise here what I so-called yung helical spring method. Ang gagawin lang natin kung IL for RA, what we are going to do is, dito sa connection ng A, ng support and ng beam, diba ganito yan? So, ang original na support niyan, ito yung beam, tapos ito yung hinge support, tapos nakapin. Ang gagawin natin, aalisin natin yung pin dito, and ang magkukonect ngayon dito sa beam saka support, hindi na pin, kundi yung 1 meter helix. No? So, bali, alisin to, tong pin, then, mapapalitan to ng helix. One end of the helix nasa support, the other end is nasa beam. Tapos, i-release mo. Ito yung support, ito ngayon yung beam. Nandito yung isang end ng helix, nandito yung isang end. Pag-release mo niyan, hahayaan mong magbalik yan sa 1 unit length. Parang ganito. Pag kinalas mo to ngayon, inalis mo yung pin, maghihiwala yung beam saka yung support. Pero ito, dahil ito ay roller support, this would be a scissor point. Diyan maghihinge. Tama? Okay. So then you release it. Twang. So tataas ngayon to, and this is going to be 1. Dahil ito ay scissor point, etong beam na to, magsisiso pataas dito. So, itutulak siya ng spring pataas. Ito ngayon yung graph ng RA as function of X. Naintindihan? Maliwanag. Dahil ito ay 6 meters, this would be 0.5. Hatiin mo lang sa 6 yung 1. So, therefore, ito at x is 1, at x is 2, at x is 3, x is 4, x is 5, x is 6. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, ito yung mga ordinates niyan, ha? Lagay natin, ito yung x, ito yung value ng RA. So, when x is 0, dito yon. RA is 1. Ang ibig sabihin, kapag katong unit moving load nandito, RA equals 1. Natural. Ito yung 1, RA is 1. This would be 0, right? When x is 1, ito 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6. You get it? Hindi ko na ginamitan ng ratio and proportion dahil obvious naman, divide into 6 equal parts. So, bawat isa, 1, 6. Yung unit is 1, 6. So, x is 1. When x is 1, this is 5, 6. When x is 2, eto, that is 4, 6. Diba? When x is 3, 3, 6, or 1 half. When x is 4, 2, 6, eto yun. When x is 5, ito yung x is 5, di ba? X is the distance from the left. So, when x is 5, it is 1, 6. When x is 6, RA is 0. So, bali ito, tong ordinates, values yan ng RA. Kaya ang tinatanong sa atin dito, which is the ordinate of the influence diagram at a point 4 meter from the left end, ito yun. This is at tawagin natin point D. So, it would be 2, 6. Ito yung ordinate. Anong significance? Bakit unit load? Yan yung value ng RA kung ang moving load 1. Paano kung ito ay 10? Di times 10 lang yan. Paano kung ito 100? Times 100 yan. Kung ito P, di times P lahat yan. Naintindihan? Maliwanag. Kaya 1 ang gamit para kung yung value babaguhin mo, i-multiply mo lang nung bagong value. Yung ordinate dito. Maliwanag? Okay, punta tayo sa pangalawa. Ang pangalawa natin, 1.2. Which of the following gives the ordinate of the influence line diagram at 4 meters from the left end for maximum shear at the said point? Shear naman dito sa D ang hinahanap. Ang ibig sabihin nito, graph to ng shear at D with respect to function of x. X is the distance of unit moving load from the left end. Na? Okay. Now, paano naman yung technique ng paggawa ng influence diagram for shear? Ganito yan. Now, ito is a point of support. This is a seesaw point. This is a point of support. This is also a seesaw point. Ang gagawin nyo, pag shear naman, you will have to cut it at point where IL at that point is being required. Na? So, pagka pinutol mo to ngayon, magiging 2 segments yung beam mo. Left segment, right segment. Hindi katulad nito, isang segment lang. Kasi, wala namang pinutol. Tinanggal lang yung pin. So, yung one end ng helical spring nandito sa left, yung right end nasa right. No? So, bali yung isang end nasa left, yung pangalawang end nasa right section. So then, you will release, nandyan ngayon yung helix, you will release it and make it return to its original length na 1 unit. Okay? Ang tatandaan nyo dito, yung left segment bababa, yung right segment tataas. Parang ganito. Yung righteous itataas. Yung kaliwete, yung nangangaliwa, no? Yung nangangaliwa, ibinabagsak, no? Ibinababa. So, yung righteous, itataas. Yung nangangaliwa, ibinabagsak. So, kaya wag mangangaliwa, ha? Okay. So, bababa to, tataas to. Ang tatandaan nyo, yung dalawang segments will remain parallel. Okay? So, ganito. So, dahil seesaw point to, tataas to, eto, bababa. Ganon. This and this remains parallel. Eto ngayon yung spring. Naintindihan? So, ito ang length nito, 1. Kung parallel silang dalawa, ang ibig sabihin, pag in-extend ko yan, dahil parallel yan, 1 to 1, 1. 1 ito. 1, ito, 1. Naintindihan? Ang influence diagram mo, yung diagram ng left and right segment. Kuha? So, ang kailangan lang natin makuha yung ordinates. Sa ordinates, we just apply yung equation na y is mx. No? Ano to? Ito is y is mx. Ano yung slope nito? 1 over 6. 1/6 of x. Ano tong x na to? 2 meters. Tama? Ito, ano naman to? Tong left. This would be y is mx. Anong slope nito? 1/6, di ba? So, this would be 1/6 mx. Ano yung x? 4. 4 to, di ba? So, 2/6 plus 4/6, that is 6/6. 1. Naintindihan? So, ang hinahanap dyan is ordinate of the influence line diagram at 4 meters from the left end for maximum shear at the said point. Yung maximum negative shear mo dahil nasa below to, minus to. Ito above, so this would be plus. So, yung ating shear at 0.4 meters from the left is negative 4/6 and 2/6. Ito yung positive, ito yung negative. Maliwanag? Maliwanag. Kuha nyo? Okay? So, lahat ng value na yan mamumultiply nung value ng force P in case this is not 1. Kung ito 10, times 10 lang yung values na yan. Kung yan ay 20, times 20 lang to. Kung ito ay P, times P lang lahat yan. Naintindihan? Okay. Paano naman yung 1.3? Which of the following gives the ordinate of the influence line diagram at 4 meters from the left end for maximum moment at the said point? No? Hinahanap yung ordinate for maximum moment dito. Okay? Pag moment naman, ganun din. Puputulin mo to dito. Ito. Okay? So, left and right segment ka ngayon, yung points of support, seesaw point. Pagkatapos yung left segment, i-define mong yung length ay A. Dito, this is 4. Yung right segment, papunta dun sa seesaw point, yan yung B. This is 2. Yung spring na ilalagay, hindi helix, volume. So, yung parang yung sa spring dun sa clip sa sampayan. Okay. Then, you release that. Pag-release mo niyan, tataas yan. Ito yan. Magsisisaw dito. So, ito yung seesaw point. Magsisisaw dito, tataas mo ito. Okay? Itong deflection angle dito, if I will prolong this, this is 45 degrees. So, etong itataas na to, this one, ito, this is product over sum. AB over A plus B. So, in our situation, yung AB, the product over sum, AB over A plus B, is 4 times 2 over 6. So, this is going to be 8 over 6. Or, this is 4/3. Naintindihan? So, yung maximum moment or yung maximum ordinate ng influence diagram for MD is 4/3. Ito yung mga values ng ating moment at D for different positions of unit load 1. Parang ganito. Kung ito 4/3, dito sa gitna, 1/2 of 4/3. Ito 1/4 of 4/3. At 2/4 of 4/3. Ito 3/4 of 4/3. Ito naman, dahil 2 meters to, yung gitna nito, 1/2 of 4/3. You follow? Maliwanag? Klaro tayo? Sige, paki-absorb lang. Okay, para mas clear sa inyo, lagyan nating value to. Ito yung X, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ito yung value ng shear at point D. At x is 0, 0. No? At x is 1. Dito tayo, ha? What is this? 4, 6, di ba? So, it means, hatiin mo 4 equal parts. This is 1/4 of 4, 6. Negative lahat to. Okay? So, lahat to, puro negative. Hanggang x is 4. Meron kang negative, meron kang positive, no? Okay? So, this is 1/4 of 4, 6 or 2/3, di ba? This is negative 2/3. So, ito 1/4 of negative 2/3. Okay? So, 1/4 of 2/3. Or that is 1/6. Ito is 2/4 of 2/3. Ito, 3/4 of 2/3. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4 of this. Tama? So, ito, 4/4 of 2/3. Negative 2/3. Pero yung positive value dito is 2/6, 1/3. So, this is positive 1/3. When x is 5, dito, ito is 1/2 of this. So, this is 1/2 of 1/3. Tama? Ito, 0. You follow? Paano naman sa moment at D? Ito. What is this? 4/3. So, divide by 4. So, this is, para sa x is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, your moment at D due to unit load 1, when x is 0, 0. Okay? When x is 1, this is 1/4 of 4/3. So, 1/4 of 4/3. Positive, no? Ito, 2/4 of 4/3. So, 2/4, ito, 3/4 of 4/3. 4/3. Ito is 4/4 of 4/3 or simply 4/3. Dito, isa lang yung value, walang plus o walang minus. Dito, this is 1/2 of 4/3, right? So, this is 1/2 of 4/3 at x is 6, 0. You follow? These are the corresponding values of MD, of VD, of RA for every value of x as reflected by the diagram. Ang influence line, laging straight line. Kaya nga tinawag na influence line, hindi influence curve. Naintindihan? Klaro? Sige, paki-observe. What about number 4? Ang sabi sa atin dito, which of the following gives the value of the maximum reaction at A due to a pair of wheel loads that are 3 meters apart? The left wheel transmits 20 kN load while the right wheel transmits 30 kN load. Ang hinahanap, maximum RA. Now, kung isa lang yung wheel load, it's the unit load. Ano yung maximum value ng RA? It's 1, right? Mangyayari yan when the unit load is here. Tama? Correct. Kung meron kang wheel load na 1 dito, your RA is 1. Ito yan. That is when X is 0. Pero ang sabi sa atin, meron tayong pair of wheel loads, bali left and right, na 3 meters apart. So, 3 meters far from this, eto yan, no? Kung meron kang wheel load naman dito, 3 meters from here, ano yung RA? RA is, that is at X is 3, 3/6 or 1/2. Ang ibig sabihin, pag meron kang pair of wheel loads, 1 here, 1 here, your RA will be 1 plus 3/6 by method of superposition. Due to 1 here, RA is 1. Due to unit load here, RA is 3/6. So, or 1/2. So, it would be 1 plus 1/2, 1.5. Ang pinagkaiba, yung wheel load dito, hindi 1, kundi 20. So, etong 1 na to, mamumultiply to ng 20. Tapos, dito ang load, hindi 1, kundi 30. So, ito, mamumultiply to ng 30. Kaya by method of superposition, this is 1 times 20, 20. 1/2 times 30, this is 15. So therefore, due to a pair of wheel loads na 20 and 10, 20 and 30, yung ating RA, maximum RA, will be equal to what? 20 plus 15, 35 kilonewtons. Naintindihan? What about yung 5? Which of the following gives the value of maximum positive shear? Dito. At 4 meters from the left end of the beam due to the wheel loads given in 1.4. Okay? So, kailan maximum ang shear, positive shear? Pag yung wheel load or moving load almost right of point D. Kasi pag nasa left, negative. Pag nasa right, positive, right? And that would be 1/3, right? Ito yan. Kung meron kang moving load dito na 1, paano kung ito 10? E di times 10 to. E paano kung ito 20? Times 20 to. Pero meron pang isang moving load na ang value ay 30, right? Correct. Mas malaki yung 30, di ba? Yung P, imumultiply niya yung Y. Di ba? Yung ordinate para sa 1, para makuha mo yung actual, imumultiply mo yan ng P. So, kung ito ay 20, so mamumultiply itong value na to ng 20. Or this would be 1/3 times 20. This is, what? 20 over 3, 6.67. Pero may isa pang load. Yung 30 kilonewtons. Pero yung 30 kilonewtons 3 meters away, lagpas na sa bridge. Kaya, hindi na makaka-apekto to dito sa beam na to. You get it? Pero paano kung ang nandito yung 30? Tapos, 3 meters apart, nandito yung 20. Tignan niya natin mangyayari. It's 20. Ito yung magiging times 20. Correct? Times negative 1/6, di ba? Negative 1/6 times 20, this is negative 3.33. Tapos ito, 1/3 times 20, it would be 1/3 times 30, 10, di ba? So 10 minus 3.33, 6.67 pa rin. Tignan nyo yung kombinasyon, ha? Yung isa, 20 to 30 nandito. Kuha nyo? Okay, ihiwalay ko lang, ha? Pakikopya lang to, then buburahin ko lang muna to. Okay? Sige. Okay, tuloy ko, ha? Parang ganito. Yung isang option, ito yung beam, 6 meters apart, di ba? Ito yung supports. Okay? Yung isang option, dahil ang shear mo dyan, pag ganito, eto, nandito yung load na 20, 3 meters away, nandito yung 30. Pero eto, lagpas na to sa, yung 30 na yan, lagpas na dun sa beam. Kaya wala nang effect. In this situation, yung ating shear, positive shear sa D is going to be 20 times, ano yung ordinate dito kung 1 lang? Times 1/3. Diba? 20 times 1/3. Ito 30 times 0. Okay? So, this is going to be 6.67. Correct? Yung isang option, ang nandito yung 30. Ito. Pero 3 meters away, nandito ngayon yung 20. So, yung second possibility natin, yung positive VD, for this possibility, okay? Sabihin natin VD2 is going to be, kung ito 1, this is, anong value nito? Negative 1/4 of 2/3. Correct? Negative 1/4 of 2/3, that is 1/6. Negative 1/6. Negative 1/6, kung ang moving load na nandito 1, kaso 20. So, times 20. Correct? Pero dito, it's positive, ano yun? 1/3. Positive 1/3, kung ito 1. Kaso hindi 1, 30. So, times 30. So, this is going to be 10 minus 20 over 6. 6, that is 20 over 6, 3.33. 10 minus 3.33, positive 6.67. So, either way, 6.67 yung maximum. You get it? Maliwanag? Okay. Magkaibang usapan kung ito yung, kung 30 to, 20 to. Pag ito 30, ito 20, ang maximum talaga ito kasi magiging 30 times 1/3, 10. Tapos ito magiging 30, 20. 30 times 1/6, that is minus 5, di ba? So, minus 5 plus 1/3 times 20, that would be 6.67 minus 5, 1.67 lang. So, mas malaki talaga ito kung baligtad. Pero dahil 20-30 specified sa problem, parehas lang sila. Naintindihan? Okay. Now, what about yung 1.7? Which of the following gives the value maximum moment at 4 meters from the left end of the beam due to the wheel loads given in 1.4? Ito. Para sa moment, ito yun. So, walang duda dito na dapat ito yung maximum. Dapat nandito yung load for maximum moment. So, dapat ang loading mo nandito. Okay? Dito ko na lang lagay ha para mas clear. Ito yun. Ito siya. So, ito yung ating influence diagram. So, para maximum, dapat nandito yung isang load. Positive naman lahat, di ba? Tapos, nandito yung isang load. Nandito sa X is 1. Saka, 3 meters away, X is 4. Okay? So, pag yung unit load nasa X is 1, ito yung value. 1/3, no? Okay? Pag yung isa, nandito sa 4, ang value is 4/3. Pero ang load, hindi 1. Ang nandito, 20. Ang nandito, 30. Right? Tama po. 20 sa left, 30 sa right. Correct? So, parang ito, no? 20 sa left, 30 sa right. This is 30, no? Okay? So, therefore, so this would be 1/3 times 20, this should be 6.67. Ito, 4/3 times 30, 1/3 of 30, 10 times 4, this is 40. So, para dito, M at D maximum due to the loading is 6.67 plus 40. So, this is going to be 46.67 kilonewton meter. Naintindihan? Sige, paki-absorb. Paano naman tong 1.8? Which of the following gives the value of the maximum moment at point D, 4 meters from the left end, this time due to a moving uniformly distributed load of 10 kilonewton per meter? Now, ibig sabihin, uniform load, ganito. Pag ang moving load na 1, concentrated moving load nandito, ang iyong RA, ang iyong MD is maximum, 4/3. Na? Kapag ka naman nandito yung moving load, ang iyong MD is 1/3. Lagay ko yung equals nito ha. 1/3. This is 2/3. This is 1, no? And this is 4/3. This is 2/3. And this is 0. Okay? Lahat sila puro positive. Okay? Now, paano kung meron tayong ganito, no? Isulat ko dito ha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Sabi natin, ang ating influence diagram ganito. Value to ng MD. No? So, sulat ko yung ordinates dito ha. These are 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, or 1. And this is 4/3. This one is 2/3. Yan yung mga values ng ordinates dito. These are the values for moment at D for different positions of moving load. Ang ibig sabihin nito ganito, no? Kung ito yung ating beam, kung meron tayong moving load dito na 1, ang MD equals 4/3. Kung meron tayong moving load dito na 1, ang MD equals 1/3. Kung meron tayo ditong 1, ang MD is 2/3, right? Okay? Kapag ka meron kang unit load dito na 1, MD is 1. Pagka meron ka ditong unit load na 1, MD is 2/3. Pagka meron ka ditong unit load na 1, MD is 0. Pag meron kang unit load dito na 1, MD is 0. You get it? Pagka meron kang 1 dito, 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 MD equals 0 plus 1/3 plus 2/3 plus 1 plus 4/3 plus 2/3 plus 0. E paano kung meron kang unit load dito na 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, ibig sabihin continuous. Then MD equals this plus this plus this plus this, yung sum ng mga ordinates. Ano ngayon yung sum nitong mga ordinates na to? Sige daw. The sum of the ordinates will be the area. Kaya pag ang unit load mo is moving, ang katapat ng moving unit load is area. So parang ganito. Yung Y ng ating influence diagram is to a unit load. Yung Y times P is to a P load. Kapag ka naman meron tayong yung ating area ng influence diagram is to a unit distributed load, yun namang area ng influence diagram times, ito para sa 1. Ano naman yung para sa W? Eh the area times W. You get it? Ito yung gagamitin natin. So para sa moving load na moving distributed load of 10 kN per meter, ang gagawin lang natin yung MD max is going to be the area of this 1/2 of 6 times the height 4/3. Ito yung area multiplied by W. Our W is 10. So therefore, this is going to be equal to, this is 3, 4 times 10, this is 40 kilonewton meter. Naintindihan niya? Sige, kopya. Okay, gawin natin yung 1.9. Which of the following value of maximum positive shear at 4 meters from the left end, that is point D, and yan, di ba? Ito yung influence line natin or influence diagram. Maximum positive shear at 4 meters from the left end of the beam due to a moving uniformly distributed load of 10 kN per meter. Yung shear natin at D is positive pag yung moving load natin is anywhere from here to here. So, ibig sabihin, makaka-create tayo ng positive shear pag yung load natin nandito. So, therefore, ito yung natin lalagay, yung W na 10 kN per meter. Sabi natin ngayon, yung maximum shear at point D is going to be the area of the positive influence diagram due to W, no, of 10, due to W of 10 is going to be area multiplied by W. So, yung area natin is 1/2 of, etong positive area, 1/2 of 2 meters times the height, 2/6 or 1/3 multiplied by W, which is 10. You calculate this, 2 will cancel, 10 over 3, this is positive 3.33 kilonewtons. Ito yung maximum shear at point D. Positive shear at point D. Kung ang hinahanap naman ay maximum negative shear at D. So, it would be the area of the negative influence diagram. Kasi negative shear man kailangan natin. Multiplied by W. Ang area natin, mangyayari yung maximum negative shear pag yung load mo is nandito naman sa negative area ng influence diagram. Kasi ito yung magproproduce ng negative shear. So, it would be minus 1/2 of, this is 4, times, this is 2/3. Yung negative nasa labas na ha. Ito, nandito na. Ito yung area multiplied by W of 10. So, therefore, this is going to be 80. So, cancel yung 2. 4 times 10. So, that would be 40 over 3. Or this is 13.33. Negative 13.33 kilonewton. Mas malaki yung positive value. Do you follow? Maliwanag? Okay, sige, kopya. Let's move on to beam deflection using moment area method. So, for example, this is the portion of the deflected beam. This is point A, this is point B. Not necessarily the supports, but most of the times we take them as the supports. This is the deflected beam due to the loading, and this is the tangent line at A. This is the tangent line at point B. The angle between the tangent lines, this one, from A to B, this is theta from A to B. And that theta AB is given by the formula EI theta is area of the moment diagram between A and B. Okay? So, kapag ka naman meron tayong tinatawag na deviation, deviation is the vertical distance from the elastic curve to the tangent line at a particular point. For example, B. This is point B of the elastic curve. The deviation or the vertical distance from B to down to the tangent line at A, this is TB A. In most of the books, TB over A. Meaning yung B is taken above A. Okay? Pag nag-negative, meaning B is not above A but below A. Okay? While this is point A, the vertical distance or called the deviation from point A down to the tangent line at B, this is TAB. So, yung TAB, iba sa TBA. Maliwanag. Okay? Now, yung T naman is going to be EI tax. Parang BIR, no? So, ang tatandaan nyo yung letter A, B, A, B, A. Alternate. Kaya pag ang kailangan mo ay TBA, so lagay natin tax, no? BA, BA, B. Ano yung X? X is the moment arm of the area about A. Etong XB is the moment arm of this area about B. Naintindihan? So, let us try to have an application of that by solving that problem number 2. Huh? According to problem number 2, a horizontal prismatic beam, 5 meters, eto, is fixed at the left end, 3 reactions, and roller support, or ang sabi sa atin dito, prop, may tukod. Ibig sabihin, isa lang yung reaction, parang roller, no? So, may prop sa B. 3 reaction, 1 reaction, 4 reactions minus 3 statics equation. This is statically indeterminate. to the first degree. Hindi to kayang isolve ng statics lang. Summation forces x, forces y, summation of moment is 0. Kailangan gamitan mo to ng deflection equation using the theory. Okay? Now, meron to tayong uniform load na 100 Newton per meter for 3 meters from the left end. Ang tinatanong dito, ang sabi, yung EI daw is 1 million or 10 to the 6 Newton meter squared. The units are Newton and meter. Which of the following most nearly gives the reaction at the prop end? Hinahanap yung reaction dito. Tawagin kong yung reaction dito sa B, tawagin ko to na R at B. R na lang, ha? Okay? Dito, lagyan natin ng subscript. This is vertical at A. Okay? Now, kung i-drawing ko yung elastic curve ko dahil fixed to, yung elastic curve ko dito magsisimulang horizontal. Kasi fixed man to. Okay? So, that is 90 degrees. So, diretso muna to horizontal, then saka pa lang magbe-bend pa ganun. Naintindihan? Dahil eto nagsimula sa horizontal, kung mag-drawing tayo ng tangent line at A, the tangent line at A will be horizontal. Naintindihan? So, this one is the tangent line at point A. It passes through B. Anong significance niyan? Ito. Mula sa point B to the tangent line at A, the vertical distance or the deviation from B down to the tangent line at A. Ang tangent line at A is passing through B. This must be equal to 0. Ito yung magiging pinaka-key dito sa pag-solve ng problem to solve R. Once we know R, masosolve na yung lahat. Kasi 3 unknowns na lang. Naintindihan? Maliwanag. So, ika-capitalize natin ito. Okay? So, gawin natin, ha? So, dito ngayon, ang sabi natin, this is 0. Diba? So, using that, dito ko tuloy, ha? Okay? So, yung EI, so, I have here, TBA is 0. So, this is BA, BA, B. So, sabi natin, this is 0. Kailangan natin ng area of moment diagram between B and A. So, ang gawin natin dito, i-drawing natin yung moment at A diagram. By parts, ha? Okay. Now, dito ang ending ng moment diagram. So, it means mula kaliwa pa kanan. So, due to R, it would be, the moment diagram will be like this. So, this would be R times 5. Correct? This is downward. Magsimula dito, pakaliwa, ang moment diagram natin, di ba sabi natin, WX squared over 2. Diba? So, yung WX squared natin over 2, ihiwalay ko ha, para hindi gumulo, is going to be 100 times, ano yung L niya? 3 squared over 2. So, this is 900 over 2. This is 450. So, this one is negative 450. And this is WX squared over 2. This is second degree spandrel. So, ito yung ating moment diagram at A by parts. While this one is first degree. So, if we will substitute them here, yung EI natin is, this is 0, is equal to yung area nito times X sa B. Nandito yung B, ha? So, it means, ang moment arm natin papunta sa B. Ito. Okay? Yung area nito is 1/2 of 5 times the height, 5R. Ito yung area. Multiplied by X sa B. The area is 1/2 of 5. The centroid is 1/3 of 5. But 1/3 of 5 ito. Ang kailangan natin sa B. So, kung ito 1/3, this must be 2/3. Tama? Plus, itong area ng moment diagram na to, this is a negative area. So, lagay ko dito, minus. This is second degree, area is 1/3. 1/3 of base, 3 times height, 450. Yung sign ng 450, nandito na, ha? Okay? Now, ito yung area. Yung area is 1/3. Yung centroid is 1/4, no? 1/4 of 3. Pero yung 1/4 of 3 ito. Pero galing sa B, ito kung 1/4 to, ano to? 3/4, di ba? So, ito 1/4, ito 3/4. So, this must be 3/4 of 3. Pero dahil kailangan natin hanggang B, so plus 2 meters. Kuha nyo? And this must be equal to 0. This is one equation in terms of R. Ito ngayon yung ating reaction at point B. Let us solve. This is 45.9 and this would be in newtons. Kuha niya? Okay, sige, pakikopya. Ang susunod na hinahanap dito, number 2, 2.2, we're asked here to find the moment at the fixed end. Sa drawing natin, makikita natin yung moment sa A is 5R minus 450, di ba? So, yung moment sa A is 5R times or minus 450. So, substitute lang yung 45.9 dun sa R minus 450. Yung moment sa A is going to be negative 220.5. The negative moment is an indicator that it is a downbend moment. Kung ito yung point A, sa kaliwa pag tumingin ka, down, okay? Sa kanan pag tumingin ka, down. Yan yung moment, 220.5. Ganun ang bending ng beam. As expected, kasi fixed yan di ba? Downbend to, right? Tama. So, kung titignan mo yan dito, eto yan, downbend. This is 220.5. Okay? Naintindihan? Pero pag titignan mo sa right, tapos ang i-isolate mo yung left FBD, ito yan, downward. Naintindihan? Klaro. Okay, number 3. Which of the following most nearly gives the rotation at the prop end in radians? So, ang hinahanap sa atin, yung theta dito sa prop end. Theta at B. Ito yon. Itong theta at B, take note since the tangent at A is horizontal. So, the tangent at B, which is this one, ito ay theta B, which is also the theta from the tangent line at A to the tangent line at B. Theta B and theta AB are the same. For this particular case, ha? Hindi sa lahat ng situation. So, ang kailangan natin ay theta AB. So, doing that, ilagay ko na yung value nito, ha? R times 5, dahil alam naman natin, 45.9 times 5. So, this is 229.5. Okay? Now, so kailangan natin ng theta B. Sabi natin EI theta equals area of moment diagram. So, from A to B, this is area from A to B. Yung EI natin is 10 to the 6. Theta from A to B is equal to area between A and B. Ito. So, ito rin yon. Area from A to B, wala lang X. So, aalisin mo lang yung X. Ito siya, no? So, it would be, what? Ito. 1/2 of 5 by height, 229.5, minus, this is negative area, 1/3, this is second degree, area is 1/3. 1/3 of 3 by 450. Yung sign ng 450, nandito na. So, therefore, you calculate this, your theta between A and B, which is also theta B in radians is, this is 1.2375 times 10 to the minus 4 radians. Ito yung rotation at point B. Konti lang masyado, ano? Kung go-convert mo sa degrees yan by multiplying it by 180 divided by pi radian. So, this is 0.0071 degree. So, sobrang liit lang. Naintindihan? Maliwanag. Okay. What about yung pang-apat? Find the deflection at point C. Hinahanap sa atin yung deflection at point C. Yung point C dito, ito. Ha? This is the C. So, yung C, pag deflect, ito yung C. Tama? Take note dito, yung point C, going to this. Ito yung deflection, di ba? Pero deflection downward. Pero etong vertical na to, mula sa C, papunta sa tangent line at A, ito yung T at C to tangent line at A. That is the same as the deflection at C. So, therefore, we say that YC is also the T at C from tangent line at A. So, therefore, this is going to be mula sa EI tax. This is tax over EI. CA, CA, C. Ang kailangan natin, area of moment diagram between C and A. Ito lang. Ito. Hindi kasama ito. Paano yan? Ganito. Ito is R times 5. Ito, ano naman to? This one is R times 2. Diba? So, this is going to be, what's your R? 45.9 times 2. So, 45.9 times 2, that is going to be 91.8. Kung 91.8 to, ito 229.5. Kung i-project ko yan dito, ito ay 91.8. What is this now? This is going to be 229.5 minus 91.8, di ba? So, this is 229.5 minus 91.8. So, this is equal to 137.7. So, that is this one. Right? Okay? Okay? So, therefore, this is going to be the area between C and A times X sa C. Nandito ang moment arm will be measured about this. Unahin natin to, positive area. So, i-factor out natin to, this is 1 over 10 to the 6. Tama? Correct. So, this is going to be area 1/2 of base 3, height 137.72. Okay? So, this is 3 times height 137.72. The area is 1/2. The centroid is 1/3. 1/3 mula dito. Dito, 2/3 of 3. So, times 2/3 of 3. Kuha nyo? Maliwanag. So, multiplied by or plus itong area na to. This is rectangle, no? So, plus, dito ko tuloy ha. Plus, base 3 times height. Height is 91.8. Times the moment arm, dahil rectangle yan, ang centroid niya nasa gitna nito. This is 3 meters, so this is 1.5. Minus itong area na to. This is 1/3. Second degree, area is 1/3 of base 3 times height. The height is 450. The area is 1/3. The centroid is 1/4. 1/4 of 3. Pero ang kailangan natin, hindi ito. Ang kailangan natin hanggang C. Kung 1/4 to, ano to? 3/4. So, this is 3/4 of 3. So, therefore, you calculate this. Ito yung YC in terms of meters. Kasi ang unit natin naka Newton and meter. So, yan, meter. Basta consistent ang yung unit mo, hindi ka malilito kung ang force ang hinahanap, Newton ka. Kung meter yung ginamit mong unit, then meter yung labas. Pagka millimeter ang ginamit mong unit, dapat millimeter lahat. Ang resulta, millimeter. Naintindihan? Wala kang i-worry basta yung units mo ng lahat ng sinubstitute mo parehas. Kuha? Okay, let's compute. So, this is negative 1.8624 times 10 to the negative 4, and this would be meters. Okay? So the negative sign is an indicator. TCA is not downward. It is upward. Because in the illustration, TBA, TAB, they are all downward. This one is upward. You get it? Maliwanag. Pero yung deflection, of course, is downward. Naintindihan? So this is 1.8624 times 10 to the minus 4 meter or 0.18624 millimeter. Naintindihan? Okay. May copy. Punta tayo sa number 3, sa conjugate beam method. Sa conjugate beam method, ang pinaka-principle ito. Diba, meron tayo ng load, shear, and moment diagram ng actual beam. Pagka itinuloy mo yung sequence, yung susunod na sequence na diagram is the theta diagram, then the y diagram. Sa conjugate beam method, the actual moment becomes the load diagram. And the theta in the actual beam is the shear in the conjugate beam. Yung y, the deflection in the actual beam, is the moment in the conjugate beam. Tapos nagkakaroon tayo ng chains of support, nababaligtad. Yung exterior hinge becomes exterior roller and vice versa. Yung interior roller becomes interior pin. Na-explain ko sa inyo ang interior pin. Tapos yung fixed support magiging free end, no? And vice versa. Yung free end magiging fixed support. Halimbawa, so ang sabi sa atin sa problem na to, meron tayong beam dito, 6 meters long, merong 1 meter cantilever dito. And this is loaded by this loading na from 0 to 20 kilonewton per meter. This beam is statically determinate because 2 reactions, 1 reaction, we can solve the reaction. Solve muna natin yung reaction, ha? So, eto, tawagin natin tong A. Eto, tawagin natin tong support na to na B. And then, eto, tawagin natin tong free end. Tawagin natin tong F. Ha? Yung free end. Tawagin natin F. Okay? Alright. So, solving this, eto yung reaction dito. Tawagin natin R at B. Eto is, wala namang horizontal, no? So, this is R at A. So, if I will take yung resultant nito, ang resultant nito is nasa dito, which is the area. So, tawagin ko lang yan na W of triangle. Dito ko lang sulat para hindi magulo yan, ha? W of triangle is the area of that, 1/2 of 6 by 20. So, this is going to be equal to 60 kilonewtons. So, this is WT. Yang WT na yan, resultant nito, ha? Okay? So, dito ko sulat WT. Ito yan. This is at 1/3 ng 6 meters. So, this is 2 meters. So, if I will take here summation of moment about point A is equal to 0 clockwise positive minus RB times 5 plus WT, ito, which is 60 times the moment arm, kung ito 2 meters, ito 4 meters. So, times 4 meters is equal to 0. So, solving our RB here, our RB is going to be 60 times 4 over 5. This is going to be 48 kilonewtons. Kung yung RB 48, summation of forces Y equals 0. Upward positive, I have RA plus RB, which is 48, minus WT, which is 60, equals 0. So, our RA is going to be 12. I-reflect ko dito yung values, ha? So, this is 12. This is 48. Ang kailangan ko dito, yung deflection at the free end, gamitan ko to ng conjugate beam method, para matutuhan natin kung paano ginagawa yung conjugate beam. Hinahanap yung deflection sa F. Ang tatandaan natin, by conjugate beam method, yung ating deflection at F, yung deflection dito, is going to be equal to the moment in the conjugate beam, tawagin kong M prime, ha? M prime at F. Kuha nyo? So, yung moment dito. Yung moment diagram, magiging load diagram. Okay? Pero para yung EI kasama na, ang gagamitin ko hindi M diagram, kundi M over EI diagram, ha? Okay. So, dito bale, i-drawing natin yung moment diagram, pero ang gamitin natin about this, ha? So, I will have here M at F diagram. Due to RA, ito yon, this would be RA times 6. So, lagay ko yung mga values dito, ha? RA times 6, so it is 12 times 6, and this is going to be equal to 72. Pero yung banda rito lang, baka kailanganin natin mamaya, so it will be RA times 5, 12 times 5, this is 60. Okay? So, ito is 72. Yung banda rito, this is 60 lang. Ha? Okay. Now, due to this triangular load, this one, yung load diagram first degree, ang shear diagram second, ito third degree. Diba, ang formula niyan is WX cube over 6L. Pag yung X mo is equal to L, no? And this will be reduced to W L squared over 6. Pero itong gamitin ko, ha, para general. So, your W is 20. Pag yung X mo is 6, so this is 6 cube over 6 times L, which is also 6. So, this is going to be 120. So, this is 120. Minus yan. Kunin ko rin to, baka kailangan natin mamaya. Okay? So, this value para dito, ito yung X niya, 5. So, yung W times 5 cube over 6L is 20 times 5 cube over 6 times 6. And this is 69.44. So, ito is 69.44. Okay? Now, meron pang isa. Due to RB, which is 48, dito ko lagay yung diagram niya, ha? So, this would be first degree. So, this is 48. Dito ko lang. 48 times 1 meter. Or this is 48. So, yung moment dito is 48. Ito yung diagram natin. Ito is first degree. This one is third degree. Ito is point of tangency with horizontal. This is a third degree spandrel. Okay? Now, so, ang kailangan natin is moment at F. Ito yung moment diagram. Kuha? I-divide mo ng EI yan. Yan yung M over EI diagram. So, lalagyan mo lang ng over EI. Yan yung M over EI diagram, ha? Okay? So, moment yan, over EI, M over EI diagram. Okay? So, ito ngayon yung magiging load natin. Positive load, we will take it as upward. Negative load, we will take it as downward. No? Okay. Magpapalit tayo ng support. This one is exterior hinge, magiging exterior roller. Ito ay conjugate beam support. Ito ay interior roller, magiging interior pin. Ganon. So, tandaan nyo, pag sinabing interior pin, 2 piraso yan na nakapin lang, ha? Okay. This is cantilever, free. So, this becomes fixed. No? Ito ngayon yung ating conjugate beam. Tama? Ang kailangan natin yung moment dito. Para ma-solve natin yung moment dito, meron naman tayo nito. So, kailangan lang natin ng reaction sa A. Tawagin natin tong RA prime. Lalagyan ko ng prime lahat ng galing sa conjugate beam, ha? Ito, upward load to. So, lalagyan natin to ng upward na moment, ha? Okay. Now, para ma-solve natin yan, 3 reactions, 1 reaction, 4 unknowns. Pero merong 1 pin minus, madadagdagan ng isang equation natin para dito. Diba? 3 equations plus 1 special equation dahil summation of moment 0. Kuha nyo? Maliwanag? Okay. Now, dito tayo. Let us solve RA prime. Let us take advantage yung moment at this point B in the conjugate beam is 0. Okay? So, we remember that the moment at B in the conjugate beam is 0. So, you have there RA prime times 5 plus yung resultant nito, parang load yan eh. Positive load upward. So, yung resultant niyan, tawagin kong FAB, AB1, no? Ito, yung resultant nito, downward to dahil negative, tawagin ko tong FAB2. Meron pa ba? Wala na eh, no? Okay? So, yung ating FAB, dito ko lagay ha, our FAB1 is the area of this. This is 1/2 of 5. Sabi ko na, gagamitin natin eh. Times 60. So, this is going to be 30 times 5, 150. Samantalang FAB2 is going to be equal to, this is 3rd degree. So, this must be, area is 1/4. 1/4 of base 5 times the height, 69.44. And this is 86.81. 86.81. So, therefore, yung moment sa B is RA prime times 5 plus FAB1 times its moment arm. Dahil triangle to, this is 1/3 of 5 meters. So, 1/3 of 5 minus FAB2. Dahil 3rd degree to, the area is 1/4. The centroid is 1/5. 1/5 of 5. So, this is 1/5 of 5. And we know this is 0. Because we know, considering yung left ng B, the moment at B, considering yung left loads, will be moment here, 0. You get it? Okay. So, substituting the values for FAB1 is 150. For FAB2, it's 86.81. With these values, masosolve natin yung RA prime. RA prime is negative 32.64. Okay? The negative sign is an indicator that it is not upward but it is downward. Pero hindi na ako magtatama ng drawing ko, ha? Hindi ko napapalitan ng drawing. Yan na rin ang drawing. Ito na rin ang value. Maliwanag? Naintindihan? Wala akong papalitan sa drawing. Wala rin akong papalitan sa value. Ito yung value na gagamitin ko. Okay? Ang ibig lang sabihin ng negative, baligtad yung direction nito. Ha? Okay. Sige. So, going back to this one, ulitin ko ha. Itong value na to, nakuha yan sa M diagram. Kung M over EI yan, ha? Okay. Sabi natin, going back to this, therefore, yung Y at F is going to be equal to moment at F in the in the diagram. Okay? Or in the conjugate beam. Gawin natin. So, this is going to be RA prime. Kakailangan natin yung buong load, no? So, we need now, hindi yung FAB1. Ang kailangan natin, FA2, F. Buo yan, no? So, i-drawing ko ngayon dito, ha? Okay. So, para sa resultant hanggang F, ito siya. So, ito ay FAF1. Para dito, tawagin natin tong FAF2. Para dito, tawagin natin tong FBF na lang, ha? Okay? Ano ngayon yung moment sa F? It is simply RA prime times 6, no? Times 6 plus AF1, FAF1 times, since this is first degree triangle, so this is 1/3 of 6. Lagay ko lang 1/3 of 6, or that is 2 meters, no? Okay. Now, plus FBF times 1/3 of 1, no? So, plus FBF times 1/3 of 1. Now, minus FAF2 minus force AF2 times moment arm. This is third degree, area is 1/4, centroid is 1/5. This is 1/5 of 6 meters, no? So, 1/5 of 6 meters. Wala na, no? So, ito yung moment sa F prime. Okay? So, lalagyan nyo lang yan ng over EI. So, kung kaya, dito nyo lagay yung EI, no? EI, Y. So, therefore, kailangan lang natin ng RA prime. Meron tayo niyan. Ito, kailangan natin nito, nito, nito. So, yung AF, FAF, 1, that is the area of this. That is a triangle. So, 1/2 of base, 6 times height. The height is 72. So, this is going to be 216. Now, yung FAF2, eto, is the area of this. That is third degree. So, area is 1/4 of base, 6 times height, 120. Na? 120. So, this is 180. Kuha niya? Okay. Now, yung FBF, eto, is the area of this, 1/2 of 1/48. So, this is 24. We can substitute everything to equation 1. So, we substitute this dito sa equation 1. We will therefore have here EI, Y at F is going to be RA prime negative 32.64 multiplied by 6 plus FAF1, 216 times 1/3 of 6, 2 plus FBF, what is FBF? 24, no? So, plus 24 times 1/3 of 1, 1/3. Okay? Plus, eto, which is negative, minus FAF2, that is 180 times 1/5 of 6, or 6/5. You calculate this now, your YB is going to be all of this divided by EI. Let me compute. This is 28.16 over EI. Okay? Ito siya. You follow? Maliwanag? Okay, copy. Paano yung 3.2, the rotation at right support, that is point B, hinahanap yung theta at B. Ganon din, sabi natin, yung theta in the actual beam is the shear in the conjugate beam. So we say, para sa 3.2, yung EI, theta, at point B, is the shear at point B in the conjugate beam. Remember that shear is summation of vertical forces. Tama? So, summation of vertical forces at B. I-consider natin to. So, yung vertical forces dito is RA prime. So, this is going to be EI theta at B is RA prime hanggang B, ha? Plus, eto lang, FAB1 plus FAB1 o minus FAB2 hanggang bilang, no? Hanggang dito ng diagram, hindi nakasama yan. So, minus FAB2. We therefore have here theta EI theta at B is going to be RA prime negative 32.64. So, kung ano yung drawing mo, hayaan mo na lang dito. Pag nag-substitute ka, i-reflect mo yung sign ng value na nakuha mo, ha? So, minus 32.64 plus FAB1, we know that FAB1 is, eto, 150, FAB2 is 86.81. So, this is 150 minus 86.81. Tama? So, you calculate that yung theta AB mo or theta B in radians will be this over EI. Let me calculate. So, this is 30.55 over EI. The EI must be in Newton and meter or kilonewton and meter ang unit, ha? Para ang sagot niyan, compatible radian. So, therefore, this is your theta at B in radians. Ang beauty ng conjugate beam method, wala kang elastic curve na drawing, no? Pero, ang madadagdag lang sa'yo, una, yung pag-solve ng mga reactions ng conjugate beam. Okay? Pero, walang mga elastic curve o walang mga key equation na iba-iba pang i-memorize. A plus, ang madadagdag lang dito is, kailangan alam mo yung mga chains of support. Saka alam mo to, ito madali naman di ba? Load shear moment, theta y, yung moment, dun sila nagtagpo. Okay? Parang naging load shear moment lang. Parang second generation load shear moment diagram. Load shear moment diagram. You follow? Naintindihan? Sige, pakikopya. Now, ang pinakasimpleng ituro sa beam deflection, halimbawa yung mga ME, mga EE, ECE, lumalabas man sa board exam nila yung beam deflection. Ang pinakasimpleng ituro sa kanila pag beam deflection and rotation, etong double integration method because walang elastic curve na tatandaan, wala ka rin tatandaan yung katulad ng sa conjugate beam method. Medyo pang civil ang dating manon, di ba? Although walang mga elastic curve, di ba? Pero ito, pure math. Sa double integration method, ang tatandaan nyo lang yung EI, Y double prime, Y is the deflection, is equal to the generalized moment equation about the near section at the near end. Yung pinakamalapit na sa right end. Halimbawa dito, kukunin mo lang yung moment dito Pagkatapos, call the distance of that section from the left end as x. Tama? Okay. So, ang gagawin mo dito, ito yung problem natin kanina, di ba? As we solve, RB is 48, while this one is 12. So, kung isusulat natin yung moment equation natin about this section, very near the right end, so, your EI, y double prime, second derivative, kaya tinawag na double integration method para mawala yung second derivative, integrate mo twice, no? So, this is going to be equal to, ano yung moment dito? Due to 12. It's 12 times x. Due to 48. It's 48 times. Gagamit ako ng double arrow notation to indicate that the value is 0 pag nag-negative. So, 48 times, kung ito x, this is 5 meters. This is x minus 5. Diba? X minus 5. Itong moment na to will be applicable only when x is greater than 5. Kasi pag less than 5, nandito yan, nandito yung section, hindi lalabas sa equation yung 48, right? Kaya ito is 0 kapag ka nag-negative. This will be negative when x is less than 5, no? Okay. Now, minus. Yung triangular load, kaya importante yung moment equation. Para applicable kasi yan sa pag-solve ng reaction, saka pag-solve automatic ng mga moment equation katulad dito. So, minus W, ano yung moment equation due to triangle? WX cube over 6L. So, the W is 20 times X cube over 6 times L is also 6. Tama? So, ito yung EI y double prime equation. Integrate natin both sides. Integral of second derivative, it will be first derivative, no? It becomes EI y prime. So, this is going to be equal to integral of this 12 integral of x to the 1, that is x squared over 2. Plus 48, integral of this to the 1, it would be x minus 5 squared over 2 minus 20 over 36, that is 10, divide by 4. So this would be 5 over 36 over 4, 9. Diba? Tama? So, integral of x cube is x to the 4th over 4. Nag-integrate tayo, walang limits. So, dapat magdagdag tayo dito ng constant of integration. Tawagin natin tong C1. So, let me call this equation 1, the y prime equation. So, kung i-integrate natin to ulit, if we integrate integral of y prime, integral of first derivative, tanggal yung y prime. So, this is going to be EI y. Is going to be, this is 6, no? 12 over 2, 6, integral of x squared, x cubed over 3. Plus 48 over 2, 24. Integral of x minus 5 squared is x minus 5 cube over 3 minus, this is 5 over 36, integral of x to the 4th, x to the 5th over 5. Mag-cancel na to, no? So, plus, integral of C1 dx, that is C1 x. Nag-integrate tayo, walang limits, dagdag ka ng constant, C2. Tawagin natin tong equation to. May mga alam tayo dito. At point A, alam natin y at A is 0. Pero ano yung x sa A? 0. When x is 0, y is 0. Meron pang isa, sa B. Sa B, x sa B is 5 because x is distance from left. Yung y sa B, the deflection is also 0. gamitin natin itong dalawang condition para malaman natin yung C1 sa C2. Unahin natin to. When x equals 0, y is equal to 0. Substitute to equation 2. Na? Kasi y eh. So, substitute to equation 2. So, this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. Kasi 0 minus 5, negative. That becomes 0. 0, 0. What is your C2? So, you'll get here, C2 is equal to 0. Isa pa. At when x is equal to 5, y is also equal to 0. I-substitute natin to equation 2 pa rin. Kasi y yung may alam natin eh. So, this is 0 is equal to, this is 2 times 5 cube plus 24 over 3, 8. 5 minus 5, 0. Cube minus, this is 1 over 36, 5 to the 5th, plus C1 times 5 plus 0. C2 is already 0. So, we'll be able to get C1. I-solve natin yung C1. Let me solve, ha? Our C1 is going to be negative 32.64. Ang kailangan natin dito sa 4.1, deflection at F, the free end. So, alam natin that at point F, X at F is 6. I-substitute natin to equation 2. Yung Y equation, ito. So, we have here our EI, Y at F is going to be, this is 2 times 6 to the 3. Ito, X is 6, plus 24 over 3 is 8. 6 minus 5 is 1 cube minus 1 over 36, na-cancel na yung 5, x, 6 to the 5, plus C1, but C1 is minus 32.64 times x, 6, plus C2, 0. You calculate this, divide by EI, your YF is going to be, this is 28.16 over EI. Okay? The positive value here is an indicator that our YF is not down. It's up. It's actually upward, above this x-axis. You follow? Naintindihan? Okay. Now, punta tayo sa 4.2. Sa 4.2 naman, hinahanap sa atin yung rotation at the left support. Yung theta at A. So, para sa theta at A, kailangan natin yan sa equation 1, sa y prime. Yung y prime, di ba, dun sa differential calculus natin, that is tangent of theta. Yan yung y prime eh, di ba? Correct. Tama po? Okay. So, yung tangent theta at A, take note that for small angle theta, the tangent theta and the theta in radian values are approximately the same. So, assume nating small value yung theta, ha? So, this is approximately EI theta at A. And this would be, substituting to equation 1, this is 6, x is 0, no? 0, 0, 0. It is equal to C1. C1 is minus 32.64. Kuha? So, therefore, yung theta A natin dito is going to be negative 32.64 over EI. And this would be in radian. Siguraduhin nyo lang yung value ng EI nyo naka-kilonewton meter squared. Ha? Kasi yung computation natin, kilonewton meter squared. Kuha nyo? Okay, sige. paano naman yung rotation at right support? Yung theta at B. So, theta at B pa rin ang hinahanap. So, para sa theta at B, ang gamitin natin dyan, etong EIY prime pa rin. So, we will have sa equation 2, okay? So, in equation 2, your EIY prime is tangent theta at B, which is approximately EI theta at B for small angle. So, substituting sa equation 1, this is going to be equal to, at point B, Rx is 5 meters. I-substitute mo lang yung x is 5 dito. So, you have 12 over 2. So, you have 6 times 5 squared plus 48 over 2, 24. Then, 5 minus 5, 0. Squared minus, this is 5 over 36. 5 over 36 times x to the 4th. So, this is 5 to the 4th plus C1. Our C1 is minus 32.64. So, minus 32.64. So, solving our theta at B, that is this one over EI. Let me compute. So, this is 30.55 over EI. Parehas lang yan ang result dun sa conjugate beam method. Naintindihan nyo? So, walang elastic curve, walang change of load, walang moment diagram. Basta deflection ang hinahanap, this should be an easy solution. Kaya lang, ang pinaka madadagdag lang dito yung integration and yung evaluation ng C. Pero once na may C ka, diretso na, direct substitution na formula na. Naintindihan? Sige, paki-absorb.